May Flom here, and going to show you some Dylusions paints. These are new this year to the Dylusions line by Diane Reevely for Ranger. These come, and this happens to be Postbox Red. These come in these little tubs, and I wasn't so sure how I feel about this because number one, I've only opened it once and closed it once, and I turned it a little, so I've already got like crust forming on the edges, which is going to become a problem in time. Not yet, but in time it will become a problem. So I'm just noting that. It also means that I'll need some kind of a tool, anything at all, but I will need something to pull it out of here and use it. I'm going to use a paintbrush just to show you here. So it's beautiful, beautiful color. It's very, very smooth. It's a little thinner than most acrylic paint that I have. That's kind of hard to tell though. How does it really cover? I'm going to put some words here. And yes, I am working right in my art journal because I totally believe in testing and making funky pages right inside my art journal. Okay, so if I color this over, it's really more of a color wash. You can still completely see everything that was underneath through it. It's just now it's reddish. So I think it's important to note that this is a thin paint. Now I did get to see Diane demonstrate this at CHA, and it's very clear that it's meant to be a thin paint. It's meant for layering, for building multiple layers of color, adding different colors. That is definitely intentional. And one of the things I like about it is you're going to get color without, you'll notice in my art journal here, it really didn't warp the paper because I don't need very much paint, don't need very much liquid to get the color. And if I'm doing a nice thin coating, not only is it really not warping this paper, but it's also drying really fast. I'll take a simple stencil just to show you, and I'm going to dry out my paintbrush, make sure my paintbrush is really nice and dry for this so I'm not adding any excess moisture. The reason I would not is because you see how thin, how watery this paint is. Really, like I said before, almost more of a wash of color. It might work here with the paintbrush. I'm going to see what happens. I'm trying to use a very minimal. You'd want to use a very, very small amount of paint. This is a very simple stencil, so please keep in mind if you had a very intricate stencil, it would be probably a lot harder to do. And the reason is when I'm using an intricate stencil, for me, it works the best when I have a thick paint so that the paint can't slip and slide underneath. It also works really well with a more dry medium, say an ink pad and a blending tool being applied. So let's lift up the stencil and see how I did. I didn't do too bad. It's not horrible, but I can definitely see spots. What would it be great for besides this? I think it would be great if you were coloring and playing with some stamps. I think if you wanted somewhere between a sheer color and a heavy paint, it would be a really good option for you. Is it for everyone? Not necessarily. Like I said, you have to want what the product is going to do. I think they're very beautiful colors, vibrant colors, and for the right project, for the right creative person, absolutely something you might want to check out. If you have any questions, be sure to go ahead and leave a comment. When I'm able to get my hands on a few more colors, I will definitely be back to do another video and project tutorial.